Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and where we give you guys a fresh perspective on things. And now we see them today. We're going to be talking about them Lakers, man. So you definitely want to make sure you stick around for this one. Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. And as y'all know, the Lakers played against the Chicago Bulls last night, and they ended up losing that game. What's also notable about that game was that it was the game where LeBron James kind of miraculously made his return. We were hearing some reports about him possibly making a return, but that was the game he just kind of made a return in that game. And it was the second game in his NBA career where he came off the bench and he only played, well, he played actually 30 minutes, so that's a lot of minutes. I was actually in transit. I was traveling, so I missed the game. But anyway, in the game off the bench, he shot 54% from the field, 87% from the free throw line, which is good. He shot 0% from the three. And he did have 5 turnovers with a plus minus of 4. So he actually helped the team win. But going into this matchup, I actually came across an audio before I traveled, and it was centered on some things that Jay Williams what he had to say about the Los Angeles Lakers and the possible return of LeBron James. And basically, his concern was how it would affect the chemistry that the team was establishing in his absence, and how he felt like LeBron may end up hurting, the rhythm and the production of some of the younger players on the roster. But before we get into his comments, this video is brought to you by sponsor Aura, who's also the official sponsor of the T-Wolf. Do you know what the fastest growing crime in America is today? It's identity theft. Imagine trying to log into your email only to see that your password has been changed. Then you start getting weird notifications from your bank and credit cards, only to find out that all of your personal and sensitive information has been totally compromised. If you think it can happen to you and your family, just know that in 2020, over 49 million Americans were victims to identity theft, costing them a combined $56 billion. That is why we are excited to partner with Aura, who's the sponsor of this video. Aura is the #1 identity theft and financial fraud protection. Aura monitors the dark web and alerts you if any of your passwords and accounts have been breached. And funny enough, after using Aura, I discovered some of my credentials were floating around in the dark web, and the app showed me exactly when and where the breach happened. In addition, Aura allows you to set spending alerts, and they'll notify you of any suspicious transactions. Aura is 4 times faster than any of its competitors in alerting you if someone is trying to open a credit card or obtain a loan using your name. And remember this, every 14 seconds, someone becomes a victim of identity fraud. Don't let it happen to you. Now click the link in the description and try Aura for free for 2 weeks and see if any of you or your family's personal information has been compromised. Start your free trial at aura.com/dreamerspro. And when you try Aura, by using the link in the description below, also know that you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we want to do is we want to play exactly what Jay Williams had to say about this, and then we're going to come back and react to his comments. Take a listen to what Jay Williams had to say there.
Lakers, when people were counting them out, I think we're thinking about the, pre-trade deadline Lakers. They pick up, during the course of the season, they pick up Hachimura, Malik Beasley, D'Angelo Russell. Austin Reeves in his expanded role is showing you what he can do. All of a sudden, you look at the Lakers and you go, you know what? They actually have a team.
Okay, so can I really want to pose something to you guys, because I've been thinking about this a lot over the last couple of days. So everybody keeps saying, and I wanted to say it first, right? Until I started digging down into it. Well, if you bring back LeBron, this team can get potentially to the Western Conference Finals. How do you bring back LeBron? Like, the more I sit there and think about it, the more I think about when you bring back LeBron in this short period, how in the hell is Austin Reeves supposed to continue to play at this level? The ball's in Austin Reeves' hands a ton. You guys know the kind of lather, the kind of rhythm that you get when the ball's in your hand. You increase the amount of possessions, the volume of possessions. I feel way more comfortable with the rock now. When LeBron comes back, and Austin Reeves has been balling, D'Lo has been balling, right? But now you bring LeBron James back. Are you going to play LeBron James off the ball if you're Darvin Ham? You really going to do that when it comes time for playoff basketball? There's almost a part of me, Key, that somewhat believes that, yeah, bringing back LeBron, if you had 10 games left in the regular season, 15 games left, right? It gives him time to get more acclimated. But with, a week left in the regular season, if that's the time frame, with 2 games left, maybe the play-in, maybe into the playoffs, that almost may be working against Austin Reeves and D'Lo, because
you bring LeBron in off the bench, Jay.
Well, you try to, but still, LeBron is a ball
you're bringing him in off the bench to get back into rhythm. He's not
still
how many games?
But that's what I'm saying. See, find back rhythm. The ball needs to be in his hands to find a rhythm,
however
right?
many games it take, I guess.
So you heard what he had to say. So the question is, does he have a point? Right? That's the question, because I know a lot of people are going to be in their emotions as usual. But the question is, does he have a point? Well, as I said, if you look at the box score yesterday, you take a closer look at it. If you look at some of the others, for instance, let's look at an Austin Reeves, for example. Austin Reeves was having some career highs. I mean, it got to the point where they were calling this guy, where they were chanting MVP. Now, I will feel a type of way if I'm one of the greatest players of all time. I'm sitting on the bench and a guy, I think that was undrafted, if I'm not mistaken, Austin Reeves, or went late in the draft, whatever. And they're in here chanting MVP for this guy. And I've only been away for like 3 weeks. And this guy's getting MVP chance, even over Anthony Davis. To me, I will feel a type of way. But anyway, in that game, he played 37 minutes, really. But he only attempted 6 shots. Now, he was very efficient. He shot 60% from the field, 33% from the three. He didn't attempt a high volume of threes. But if you just look at his aggressiveness, from the box score, you can tell that a lot of these guys have to take a back seat to LeBron. And that's understandable, right? Because one could argue he's their best player, second best player, depending on if Anthony Davis is going to be serious and aggressive, but we can make the argument that he's the Lakers' best player. So to Jay Williams' point, does that hurt the other team, the other players on the team? Well, I think it hurts any team when they're trying to reintegrate their star player back into the fold when that player is missing games. I've seen it happen to the Clippers. I've seen it happen to other teams, right? Because they take up a good percentage of the shots. The team has to play a different way to accommodate their play style. So he does have a point from an X and O standpoint. Historically, he has a point. The question is, though, will LeBron's return, as he said, will he be able to gel with the team quick enough in order to ensure that the Lakers continue to make a push towards the playoffs or the play-in? Currently, as it stands in the Western Conference, the Lakers are the number 9 seed. Okay, they're tied for losses with the Oklahoma City Thunder and just one loss ahead, in a sense, than the Dallas Mavericks, who just seem to be imploding there. Right now, they're going to be playing the Chicago Bulls again. Right, so we're going to have to see if the Lakers can find a way to muster up a win and beat that team again. But I do think he has a point, but I don't necessarily think that it is a LeBron thing. I think it's a thing that happens to any team that's trying to bring their star player back. Now, it can affect the team to various degrees. I give you an example of what I'm talking about depending on the player. If you're trying to reintegrate Kevin Durant, for example, a guy like that is very easy to integrate back into an offense, right? Number one, because of his play style. Number one, because he can move without the ball and score. LeBron is not good at moving without the ball. He has to have the ball in his hand to be effective, right? Which then takes the ball out of other players' hands, which causes them now to basically be shooters and be highly efficient shooters. Whereas KD and these guys, they don't need to be ball dominant, or Kawhi. These guys don't need to be ball dominant. They can score without the ball, right? So obviously it's going to have an effect on a guy like Austin Reeves, whose usage rate had gone up. But these are some of the wrinkles that the Lakers are going to have to iron out if they're going to try to find a way to make it into the playoffs. Well, LeBron is back now. So it's not like as if he can go sit back down. He is back. And they now have to figure out a way to make this thing work with him being back. So what I want to know from you guys is, what do you think about the analysis? Do you think that Jay Williams has a point? And ultimately, do you think the Lakers end up making it into the playoffs? Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments, and we catch you on the next show.